Okay, yes, I'm very happy to be here. And actually, after having listened to what you just said, in reality, this is a perfect bridge to what I would like to do and to share with you today, assuming that it works perfectly. So, well, this is what it's all about. And I have to tell you that some years ago, we were sitting, not too many people in the same room, and we were reviewing what was pain, let's say, not from a company point of view, not from a stakeholder in general point of view, but really from the patient point of view. And this is when, at the time, with the ethic board, we started to also try to collect as much possible information to have a clear picture. Because as it's been perfectly said from the ones who were here before me, we are in front of something that is, let's say, much bigger than we think, and is, let's say, generating an amazing set of consequences and negative consequences on daily life. And, I don't want to go through the numbers again, but let's say here I've taken the liberty to underline that in a nutshell, there are so many people suffering from chronic pain, that there are many, many people not properly treated, that there are many, many people totally unsatisfied with the outcome of their visits and the way they are treated. It has been very nicely said before that, of course, treatment, drugs, yes, of course, they are fine. But, this one is something much bigger. And there is one key element that, of course, has a huge impact on our society. This is why we call it a society impact of pain, is that, let's say, pain is one of the major reasons for long-term sick leaves. And, this has a significant impact. And, of course, this creates also a sort of very low quality of life for people which are unable to contribute, let's say, to our society with their own work. And so, let's say, when we started, actually 5 years ago, let's say, the objective was to sit together, to put together many, many different stakeholders, and then to share different views coming from the countries, but coming also from the kind of professionals that we were talking to. And we have seen, of course, it takes time. It's a massive change. It's not something that can happen overnight, unfortunately, as we all probably would prefer. But we have seen many, many good things. And then actually we selected one thing that actually was presented the first time in the SIP in 2011. And this is the Innovative Medicine Initiative. And this has been a wonderful first example of something that was presented and something that in reality has done something. It's not just words or a couple of paper, because in reality, many, many things have happened. It's the first, this is also very important. I would consider this quite a major achievement, because it's a very, very wonderful cooperation among different stakeholders, particularly public and private stakeholders. And you can see on the following slide that with the contribution of many, many, let's say, relevant parties, in reality, we are trying all together to generate many, many good things. And one of the most important things is to really try to understand, to learn, to study as much as we can pain. Because, when we say pain, probably here there are, a couple of hundred people, and if we would do an anonymous test and I would ask you what is pain for you, probably we would have 200 different interpretations, because there are many different kinds of pain, many different levels of intensities. So one of the most important things is to, first of all, to understand exactly what it's all about, which are the numbers behind that, and then to translate them in what is the impact on our society. There are projects, some already ongoing, some will be starting next year, and you have seen that we talk about an important level of financing coming from the EPFIA, of course, and from the European Community, European Commission. And this is, to me, a wonderful example of where, sitting together, we can generate ideas, and sometimes it takes a bit time, but finally we end up with projects which are going to have an impact at the end on what is, let's say, that is our final goal. I personally feel that if I can, tell you what and how I feel about SIP this year, I would say that, well, first of all, I want to reiterate my sincere, deep congratulations to Norbert van Rooij, because Norbert has been, we've been together since the beginning, and whenever he's engaged, he's always extremely good in, let's say, always achieving very important milestones. And I would say this year is also another wonderful opportunity. There are many, many of you here sitting. Look at the numbers. Actually, not all of them are the latest numbers. Yeah. I was told that in reality there are 31 countries represented here. And let's say I'm extremely happy and proud for that. And let's say in one of the privileges of the job that I have is that I travel around the world, not just for fun, but also to work. And, and I see many, many different markets, many, many different situations. And I can tell you that this in Europe is one of the most, if not the most advanced, let's say, network of key stakeholders trying to make an impact in the continent where we are. I've never seen anything like that in other continents, like, for example, in the US, where there is not such a cooperation yet at multi-stakeholder level. So therefore, I mean, we should be proud. We have to be resilient, because it's absolutely fundamental that finally we end up with even more remarkable and impactful results. But, we are really committed. And when I hear about the discussions and when I hear about the sharing of experiences, I feel that at the end we are going to make really a significant impact. Of course, it's so easy to tell you that my vision since the beginning and in the future as well is to ensure access to adequate pain treatment of all citizens. You have seen through the maps of Chris Wells that in reality in some areas we have improved very much compared to 5 years ago. We still have a long way to go, but it's much better than it was. And then, of course, to unite all organizations and society advocating better pain care to jointly address, define, and foster pain policies. I mean, this is what it's all about. And, I'm extremely grateful that you took the time to be here. And, of course, there is only one way if we want to make the difference, and this is to work together. So I count on that. I'm happy you're here. And I very much appreciate, of course, the attention you have given to me. Thank you very, very much.
I will go on the stage, and then I call you up. Go ahead.